Well, you guys, we are live here today. Let's get things rolling. I think I'm live, so people rolling in here. Nice. Thanks for joining on up, guys. I see my dad hopped on here. Thank you, Dad. You're the best. I love you. You know, it's always just a pleasure to start things off just seeing all these lovely fans roll in here. And today, I am your host for the Good Time Guarantee. And if you know me, I'm a guy who likes to sit a little bit behind the front lines. Nathan is our guy. He's the front man. He is a legend. And I'm kind of the guy who likes to, watch Nathan do his thing. But tonight, you guys get to see what I do for my thing. So the main thing about this show is that we have a good time. That's what we know. And tonight we have a stacked lineup. And you know what? Every band member from Bombargo is going to be here, as they always are. But we got an even more special guest from another Saskatoon band that gave us a good opportunity in the beginning. And I'll give him a good introduction later. But what you want to know is, how do you start a show if you're not completely ready? And what you need to do is you got to call Anthony Thoen to figure out just how are you going to look during this whole set, because I'm here for an hour. You guys got to stare at this mug, and I'm just not quite ready. So I'm going to get Tony Thoen coming in here hot, and I just got to find these requests, and I'm going to send, if Tony's in here, every week we kind of say, we're just figuring out the, and it's true. And the funny part is if we just kept one host, we might be really good. Right. Every week. And the beauty of it is you got to see each of us struggle to get online. So Tony, I'm looking here, man. And, how's it going? There's something off with my look, and I think you can just tell me what it is. Well, be honest.
Let's get it fixed. First, quick, look at this. I didn't have steak. That's a cauliflower steak I was doing there.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I actually did the dirty work, butchered it myself. But yeah, so I see, I think what your problem is you could have a little bit more flow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like you told me that you might help me out, and I got all the essentials. See, I've got this egg here. I've got some argan oil, some dry shampoo. I've got a horsehair brush over here. All the things that you told me to get for this show. And so I've got it all here. And I've got some baking soda. I've got KY. I've got everything you need here, Tony. So I got all the materials you told me to get.
So for the listeners at home, I cannot stress this enough. I don't know if you've showered today or not, Spenny, but I would just first off avoid washing your hair as much as possible. Only in a very dire situation would you want to wet that hair, unless of course you are diving into an ocean, which would be salt water, which the more salt water your hair can soak up, the better, in my opinion. And that's how you get that volume, because you just want to come out looking like a raging tiger.
Exactly. You just
want even a lion, because lions have names. Right? What I use a dry shampoo to really cake in that volume.
Of course.
So what you want to do is, and for those following along at home, baking soda also works almost just as good. It doesn't smell quite as good, but it will do it. I would recommend a fresh box. This was out of my fridge. Another thing you could use potentially is baby powder. Baby powder, this shit is good on anything.
Oh, yeah.
Literally douse your whole body in it. This is basically a shower in a bottle. Right here. So what you want to do, Spenny, what I typically do, and you already have your hair up like that, so I would get some of that, maybe some of that baking powder.
Yeah, so one sec. Do I want to take my hair down yet?
No, keep it up, because then you can really cake it in. I'll pull mine up too. I like to take mine up right up at the front and just make a nice mess. And then just start dusting it in like it's the 70s on blow.
Okay. So we're just going to dump this in our hair here. This is dry shampoo for people who are just tuning in.
Oh, you got dry shampoo too? Okay, well, for those at home, I'll follow along with you because I'm not messing around. A little baking soda never hurts either.
Brown hair. It kind of looks like I've got a ton of dandruff now, Tony.
Yeah, well, I am blessed with the blonde hair.
Yeah,
so what you want to do is just rub that shit in. Rub that in real good. You know what? I'm gonna do the triple up tonight. A little bit of everything.
What else are you putting in there?
You're gonna want to get that in real good, and then
my hair's going flat out gray, Tony. I've looked like I've aged 10 years since this video started, man.
No, it's a shimmer. It's a shimmer. It'll look good. It'll look good. It may not look good on this screen, but if you got some photographers taking shots at the front, I can't even get this thing off now.
Yeah, man, right. That thing is in there.
Ah, damn it. Okay, so what you want is your hair to be able to kind of stand up like this. And then you just simply place it into the spot you want to create that volume.
How am I doing?
Dude, it's looking good. If you ask a guy like me, see, you're already starting to get a lot more voluptuous. What do you guys think down there? Just a little salt and pepper, says Neil. Spenny, it's working. So there you go. There you go. I'm gonna move on. What else do you want? You want a jacket with the longer the collars, the better.
Yes, of course. And I've got my thrift shop find here that Nathan
put a couple buttons down, and then to finish off the Tony Hart look, you need boots. So I got a little bit of a selection right here. You know, your snake skin, your whatever. But because it's Tuesday, I've been starting a new thing, which is Tiger King Tuesdays in solidarity with Joe Exotic. He's gonna love these. These are like made out of bits of real tiger, so you know it's good. I'm kidding. No tigers were harmed.
Yeah,
but I know you got a busy. I know you got a busy show.
I do. I have a stacked lineup tonight, Tony. But you know what? I had to look better for this show, and look.
Now you're looking. Now
like I've got a gosh darn lion's mane here, and I'm so grateful for your advice and wisdom, and all the people at home. You saw how easy it was. I just dumped in that stuff. I look a little older now, but like, hey, I know the chicks dig them old, so we're good.
I hope so. Right. I don't know. Take care, buddy, and good luck. We'll see you out there. And for those at home, send us your pictures after you've tried the same technique, and we'd love to share them.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you very much, Tony. And I do have a quick question for you, as there's a trivia night that I put together. And I just wanted to say, it's questions about the band, and it's just to see how well we really know our brothers. So I'm trying to trick you up here, and everyone's got a little bit of a tough question, but what is Connor Newton's biological father's name?
Oh, you're killing me on this. Is his first name by chance Tootin? And then his middle name of Root and Tootin Connor Newton was kind of that, taking his father's first name as his middle?
Man, I'm throwing everyone curveballs, and you know,
Connor's probably watching. Connor, and if Connor's biological father is watching, I love you. The guy bought us these T-shirts one day out of the blue, and I couldn't be more grateful to have spent the little bit of time with him that I did. Actually, I don't know that I met him. He was like, my dad got these T-shirts. I was like, who is your dad?
Well, Tony, the truth is I've given everyone quite hard questions because I have this track of The Price is Right losing horn. It's actually when you lose. And I've got an assortment of these sounds, and so basically I'm hoping everyone gets these questions wrong.
I don't even remember our own band names sometimes. I use a lot of bro. Like we've said that from the beginning.
Been a very interesting life that we've had. So you know, memories come and they go is basically what it comes down to.
Well, once again, it was great checking in with you, and I gotta say your hair's looking just great. I think if it was under the spotlights on show, it would really have a bit of that shimmer that you're looking for.
Yeah, and just for everyone that knows, Connor's dad's name is Paul Newton, and he is a professor. He is an amazing instrumentalist as well. Like father, like son, he is a legend. So I just thought I'd toss that in there, and now everyone knows. So there we go. You know,
thanks for ruining my night. I'm gonna sit here as a loser.
I'm gonna trip you guys all up. You just wait. This is gonna be a very interesting show.
I'm gonna hop off here so you can get going. I just wanted to let the viewers know the quarantine beard is still coming in. We're talking about having a beard cutoff next week. Me and Tubbin with Tubbin sculpting into mustaches. We'll see if it goes down.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you, Tony.
I love you.
I love you too, man. So it's been an interesting show so far. It felt really good just to figure out how to do my hair like Tony's. And I think he kind of nailed it. And I'm quite happy with it. First, just a quick word from our sponsors, Coca-Cola. A good, fresh drink for any time of the day. If you've ever had a Coca-Cola with your eggs and bacon on ice, I'm telling you, it is quite a special treat. So that is our first sponsor. Thank you. And secondly, our next sponsor, Starburst. First they were sweet, now they're sour. They're not paying us, but I'm eating a lot of these over quarantine, and I just thought I'd throw them a bone and see if they throw me a bone in return. So anyways, our next guest is going to be the legendary lawyer-drummer Kurt Dahl, who is an international lawyer. He plays in one of the biggest rock bands in Canada. They've had a #1 radio hit here. Endless things. I can't even just begin to say how amazing it is that Kurt's going to be on here, but I'm going to add him up here right now. And I'll let him introduce himself a little bit more, but he's done so much for the music scene in Canada. Kurt, you did the hair thing. I love it, my man.
I'm just following Anthony's advice here on volume.
Yeah, man, it works. It works. He wasn't messing around. So,
can you hear me?
I can hear you good. And I was just, when I was brainstorming of introducing people on this show, I couldn't think of anyone else that's so connected with Canadian music as a lawyer who's been on international cases and licensing and been our personal lawyer that's helped guide us through these tricky situations and whatnot. And also a musician. You've got the sides of both worlds. And, I'm just curious, how is everything in your life during the quarantine? It's a little bit of a weird time.
Well, as you can see, I've got the volume.
Yeah, well, then you're good.
No, things are great, man. All things considered, we're getting by, man. As you guys saw with the SAS music thing, we've been pushing hard to get dollars into musicians' pockets in these crazy times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was like the last few weeks was working on that. And then, yeah, on the lawyer side, things keep coming in. There's still issues that need to be dealt with. And we've been writing songs as a band just kind of through Skype and then lots of time with the family, How do you guys do?
Well, man, we're doing good. I'm just wondering, is there anyone that we need to sue right now and, try to figure out if we can get some money out of them? Just figured out, well, I had you on here live. Why not, get some advice? No, I'm just kidding. But main part, you've done with
Starburst on the line.
Yeah, exactly. But the main part about this show is we're trying to bring in some positivity in these times. And I know some crazy stories. You came to us with the Tones and I story way before Tones and I was Tones and I, talking about this busker that had been signed. And I'm just wondering if you've got any cool or inspiring stories. And it doesn't have to be on a musician level. It can be your kids. It can be something cute. We just want to lift the world up.
Yeah. Well, in these crazy times, I feel like, it brings out people's true colors, right?
Yeah.
Like the Cyndi Lauper song, we see everyone's true colors. So you see people that are like super negative, you see that gets sort of like magnified. But you see people that are very positive and actually care about community, and that gets magnified, So I feel like every day I'm seeing like just great little things, right? It's little acts on a daily. It's like my wife was, in line getting like whatever Timbits for her coworkers back, you know, a few weeks ago, and the car ahead of her bought her stuff, right? They bought her order. Like little things like that in times like these really mean the world, you know. And yeah, I think you see like a lot of musicians really connecting with their fans and giving fans what they need right now, which is like that human connection with music.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's interesting times, man. It's
Yeah, it is. And I've been reading things, and you're kind of at the, like, let's be honest. Kurt Dahl is open for Black Sabbath.
Nope.
No, it was Def Leppard.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. The Rain Wolf did Black Sabbath, but you guys were Def Leppard.
Yeah, Black Sabbath has all the Black Sabbath drummer has all his arms.
Yeah, yes. Yes, he does. But the Def Leppard has one arm, and he's an incredible drummer.
He's amazing.
Yeah. As a drummer, was that a cool experience touring around with them?
Yeah. Oh, that was our first arena tour, and like, it took us like I think it was 13 years as a band before we got to that. You know, and it was such a like when I started playing music, I wanted to play rock and roll in arenas, you know, and
of course. What else is there to do, Kurt? You know, like
yeah, well, exactly. Like, what are you doing it for? Like, no one wants to just play like coffee shops their entire life, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's good, but everyone at the end of the day wants to share what they've done with as many people as possible, and there can be special small shows, and I love those small ones, but there can be special big shows too, and they're both amazing.
100%. And that's like, so yeah, it felt like, you know, I think I'd built it up in my mind before we did that tour, but when it actually happened, it was like, it blew away any expectations I had. You know, you walk out on stage and hit the kick drum for the first time in a stadium, and it just like sends chills down your spine, you know? So, you know, in terms of this whole COVID-19 thing, like, I just can't wait to get back to playing shows to people and watching shows of bands like yourselves, you know, and that connecting with people. It's the best feeling in the world.
Well, a cool thing is about our third show in, One Bad Son, Kurt's band, asked us to open for their show. It's like our third show, and we have no right being there. And Kurt and them have sold out. It was O'Brien's at the time, now Coors Event Center. And the amazing part about your fan base is when the doors open, it's sold out. Like, it's packed. So we're going on 3 hours before One Bad Son's on, and the whole place is wall to wall. And I really do attribute that to us having a Saskatoon fan base in the beginning and allowing us to actually play shows that had people at them and allowed us to go on tours funded by these shows due to One Bad Son. And now we've been able to sell out Coors and do competitions and have other bands open for us, hoping that we can do the same thing for them. But I look back on the footage, Kurt, and we had no right being there. And I thank you greatly, because it was a very early band. And we are so grateful. So it's pretty cool to come full circle.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. I appreciate that. And a couple things. First off, I didn't know it was only your third show.
Yeah, if I had known, you guys would not have been there.
No, but and secondly, you guys killed it, man. Like, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because you saw me side stage. I was watching. You know, you guys, like, you really nailed it. I remember just thinking, like, okay, this band has really arrived, and they're gonna do some amazing shit, you know. So for me, it's like I'm just so glad I have some sort of like ability to help open a door a little bit, you know. Like, I mean, it's the least I could do, you know.
Yeah, and for any bands watching, any people in America, One Bad Son, when they tour through America, because they do tour internationally, and for bands, if you're looking for entertainment law, look no further. This is your man. He knows music. He knows law. How could you get a better combo? Could you, like, is there another guy out there doing what you do, Kurt, or do they interview you around the world because you're the only guy that's a lawyer and the guy playing arenas?
Well, thank you. It means a lot to me, Spenny. So I appreciate that, brother.
It's pretty cool, man, how you manage those two lives, and you've got a family, And that is a whole other thing. And it's just amazing that you are able to juggle all three and keep all three happy from what it looks like. So, I mean, you're a good lawyer to me. You're a good band to me. I'm not one of your sons, but if I could be,
you could be.
I wouldn't be worried about it, you know?
Well, I appreciate it, man.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you for coming on the show. We just wanted to mix it up. People are getting sick of our mugs. It's already 2 weeks in. You know, it's time to get some fresh faces, some good-looking guys with long hair on here. So I'm really stoked that you're here. And yeah, I just wanted to thank you. I don't have a ball-busting question for you for trivia because I just thought that would be rude. I thought you'd just come on as a guest and enjoy your time.
Well, I mean, like, I can guess at some of your bandmates' father's middle names if you want. You know?
Yeah, just say any name and we'll see if they're right.
Well, I like Marvin is my dad's name, and I think Marvin's got a real high level of badass. You know,
it's so strong. Very strong.
It projects strength. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It projects it. Okay, well, Kurt, we got a ton of people coming on this show. And,
you're kicking me off.
And well, no. Do you want to stay? Do you want to talk? Well, like, let's talk about just what you guys did for COVID-19 in Canada, because we have a lot of states people that watch this video, and to have a program that actually helped musicians in this time is incredible. It's not our government, but it's SAS Music and Creative SAS, and just let them know exactly what you guys have done for musicians around here.
Yeah, so we just had like a bit of a rainy day fund, and like, you know, typically you're like, when are we going to use this rainy day fund, right? Like,
it's raining now.
It's fucking pouring, you know. So, you know, thank God we sort of every year just put a bit of money aside, you know. And so basically we said, if your career has really been sidelined by COVID-19, which every musician has, I mean, let's face it, the music industry is devastated right now. Entertainment
has been decimated.
Every industry's hit, but like music, like we make our money playing shows, right? Like you don't make money really anywhere else. So Kurt gave me $1 million. So we just, we basically gave up to $3,000 to each. I think we had, you know, we had hundreds of applications. So, and we capped it when we had to, you know. So,
well, I know lots of our band. We lost our tour to the States, and we would have been down in Houston and Austin in this next couple of days, which would have been really cool. I've never been down there, but you know, it'll come back full circle. But for programs like these for our bandmates has been huge for us, and thank God we live in Canada and have programs like this that you're the president of. Just another thing we're juggling, man. How many balls you got, Kurt? A lot of balls kicking around over there.
Ask my wife. No, you know, I was thinking about you guys because you had a big tour, like, you know, with OBS, for example. I mean, we're sort of in songwriting mode right now and plan to release something, you know, soon. But you guys had a full-on tour schedule, like, locked in, and that's what really hurts with this whole thing. Is, I mean, that was your big tour coming up, right? So, anyways, it's like, if we need to help out musicians like yourselves who are working their ass off to make it go, you know. So
yeah, exactly. Well, I think this year is going to be a trying time, and then we will get back to it because the world will need good times more than ever. And you know, that's what we guarantee. So we're not going to stop now. You know,
100% guarantee. Endorsed by your lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Kurt, I appreciate you a lot. You're an amazing dude. And anyone who's following or watching this video, please go follow Kurt Dahl, lawyer drummer on Instagram, and One Bad Son on Instagram, Facebook, and on Spotify, and anywhere you want to listen to music. Some good rock and roll, some good tunes. So definitely worth a listen.
Thank you.
Well, thanks. Later, Kurt. I respect you and appreciate you.
Likewise, buddy. Rock on, man.
Cheers, brother. Okay, so we are going to continue this show now. And so far, it's been a really good time. And what we're going to do next is we're going to allow Connor Noon or Neil, who's ever ready, and just use Neil's ready. He's there. He's probably in the tub, I'm guessing. And this is the section you guys have all been waiting for. And I know I've been waiting for it too. and it's very exciting. So there he is. Neil.
Hello.
I want you to
Spenny
listen
Lux.
to this.
Great to see you, pal.
I want you to listen to this intro music I have for you. Okay?
All right.
If you get it, you get
Oh
it.
boy!
If you don't,
Wow,
you
the
don't.
sunglasses really added to that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
1 second. Woo!
You know what that means. Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
So if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Well, holy cow, we are tubbing with Coven, and I have so many
Yes,
questions.
we are.
And but you know, I just wanted to say, first of all, Neil, how do you keep the body so tight? They've been mailing in letters to my household because that's my body established. How does Neil keep his body so tight? How does his traps? How does his lats? How does his calves? How is everything so tight? What does he do?
Well, that's a great question, Spenny. And the best part of being in a tub all the time is you can really take advantage of lightweight resistance water training. I've never been more limber. I mean, I've been just putting in my dog pedal strokes and my butterfly strokes up and down this little tiny tub, but that's all you need. You don't need much space.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Keeping my core tight. I'm lean. I've never been leaner.
Nice. That's awesome to hear, Neil. So have you left the tub since this has all begun?
I have not.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
It has been very long. Actually, kind of some bad news. I did end up developing an ear infection. Apparently, it's bad if you've been underwater for extended periods of time. You know, roughly a month or so. But you know, I Skyped with the doctor and he diagnosed it. I had my roommate drive to the pharmacy and pick up some antibiotics. So I'm doing some drops, but I'm good. You know.
Yeah, well, that sucks, Neil. I don't have much else to go on by that. But my second question, Neil, is
all right.
You have your stimulus package. It's roaring. I just hear it. Yeah, and so I was wondering, you know, what are you going to do with all the money?
Funny you should ask, actually, Spence. But you're right. It has been a tremendous success. Like, I am literally swimming in money. Like, swimming in money. It's unbelievable. I'm not gonna lie, I felt a little dirty selling my body to make some quick cash, but I thought, isn't that what you do? You launder money. So I've just took my earnings and I tossed in the tub with me, and I'm soaking. I'll give you guys a shot of I'll give a little preview of the content I'm selling here, but yeah, that's me just kind of floating around.
It's
cash.
just floating there, man. Floaters.
You know,
Canadian money also doesn't get wrecked in water.
It's
one way that we have really outdone America, and there's a few of them, but that is one of the main ones.
It's actually perfect. Although I gotta say, I don't know what was on these bills before they came in the tub with me, but I'm feeling a little buzzed. You know, a little energetic, a little more energetic than I should be, perhaps.
What do you think of my hair?
Your hair?
Yeah, well, Tony helped me do it.
It's never looked better. It's feathered and lethal, they might say. It's voluptuous, and honestly, I want it on my body.
Oh, thank you, man. Well, I have a lot of hair on my body too. I could give you that hair. Well, for you, I'm wondering, do you wax? Do you shave? Like, how do you keep that body so clean? Because for me, it's just wolf hair everywhere, man. I can't do anything. You know, I'm gonna have a show on TLC in like 15 years called Spencer Chilliak, the Wolf Man.
Well, you would be a tremendous wolf man, especially with this luscious flow that's sprouting out of your head.
It's Tony.
Myself, I'm quite a naturally hairless person when it comes to my neck down.
Yeah, you're like an otter.
I've never had any chest hair my whole life, really. It's pretty
Wow.
clean. Pretty clean.
Neil.
Pretty clean down there.
It's not free the nipple time, man. This is Instagram. No nipples allowed.
Sorry.
This whole video's a waste now.
We hopefully this is not the last episode. Nobody report us. This could get bad.
Yeah, no one report that. Unless all nipples are free on Instagram, then neither can ours be. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's equality, is it not?
Equality. No nipple or all nipple. One of the two. And so I have a really important question for you, Neil. So this one's a little bit difficult. but I want you to rank the members in the band from best looking to worst looking. And you can't pick yourself as the worst looking, because that's what every nice guy would do. And I know you're a nice guy. So.
Oh,
This is a question from
that is a loaded question.
A heinous person from Nebraska. I don't know how to say their name, but you know, they ask the question, and what do? We answer them. So
yep, that's why we're here. We're this is just for us. This is for the viewers to get to know us, you know, and get to know what's deep down in my brain. But you know, I have thought about it, Spency. I have thought about it, and if I'm gonna put number one, I'm looking at him. I'm looking at my number one right now.
Neil, I've seen you talk to Sammy and the host. You always suck up to the host because you know what you're doing. You're a smart boy. Well, yeah, well, continue on. See, I would have gone for more of an approach where I would say we're all equally tied for the best looking. But I like the route that you're going. And
you know, I
want
wish
to
I
see
could
how it
agree with
plays
you,
out.
but we're just simply not all equal, you know? Some people are just more beautiful than others.
Kurt, I see
However,
your question about a drink. I will get to that in Sammy's segment if you stay tuned. I'll show you how to make one of these bad boys. It's very good.
All right, so if we got Spence at number one, I got to go Nate at number two.
Lead man, he's got that BDE, if you know what that stands for.
I do indeed, and you are right on the money.
Yeah.
A close number three, a very close number three, the other Thoen brother, Anthony Thoen.
Tons of sex appeal. And yeah, I can't imagine me being ahead of either of those brothers, but I appreciate it.
I'm not gonna lie, I love Tony's blonde hair, but he just loses points because he's just a little bit shorter than his brother. I'm sorry.
The height, it's always plays a card.
Tough. It's tough. But weirdly enough, the guy is a killer guy with the ladies. He's just a charismatic son of a bitch. You know, it's like he's
size
walking around
doesn't matter in so many ways, Neil. Size doesn't matter from what I've heard. So, you know.
All right, number four. Now.
Oh, no. Has Neil paused?
Oh, am I free?
I think you're back. Could have been me.
Did you hear my number four or no?
Who was it?
Connor Newton.
Okay, yeah.
Rude
You're really
Newton.
stirring in the Folkersen brothers here, eh?
Well, you know, everyone's got a different perspective. I'm sure, you know, the viewers might have their own list, and I'd be curious to see
Everyone
them.
has their own taste, and that it's all perspective, Neil. I was just curious what yours was, because, you know, if I was
Yeah.
I just
look
going to
at
pick
Connor.
anyone, it would probably be you.
Well,
Now
I
we
look at
know.
Connor, and the guy's married. He's a dynamite sax player. He's good with his mouth, you know?
Yeah, he's quick. Yeah.
Oh, he's quick, all right.
Oh, he can spell that alphabet in cursive fast with his tongue.
Quick with a capital Q. And an extra big line going through that Q, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
So,
okay, number five. Come on. You're looking at him.
yeah.
He'll come in. You know, I've been dubbed by Billboard magazine as the clean cut rhythm man, although I'm not really living up to that name as of late.
No, man. No.
I need to use a haircut.
No, you just got to say it's done. We don't need to care about it. Tony gave a shot at clean cut beards, and I'm just one of those guys that, like, you can see, I always have a clean cut beard. That's how it grows in. I'm a very evenly distributed man. I have symmetry, and it was such a shot. He said I was less of a man because it was coiffed and clean.
Dare he?
How dare he?
Unbelievable. You know, I can't grow the thickest beard, the most even beard. It's a little patchy, but the ladies love it. You
No,
know,
it's like, you know,
I've got nothing but compliments.
women are supporting other women's bodies. Men should support other men's beards. Whether they're
Absolutely.
thin, short, curly, red, black, blonde.
We got to
whatever.
come together. Come
We come
together to end the
We're-
stigma.
they're all the same. It's a beard is a beard.
Beard is a beard. I agree.
Yeah.
In fact, I
Cool.
put a poll on my channel earlier I guess it was yesterday, and it was a landslide victory for do not shave. So people love the beard. The beard is in. You heard it here first.
Exactly. So,
But
Neil,
to get back to the question, I gotta say it's a tie for sixth with the Folkersen brothers.
genetics, man. It just,
It's just they don't fall far from the tree, you know. Actually, they did fall far from the tree because Ross is a beautiful man.
yeah. I was gonna say that's not okay. But it is Sammy's birthday today, so you might have wanted to just ranked him first, but you know, it's
Oh.
okay. He's a resilient boy. Probably the most resilient man in the band.
You know what? You know, maybe I'm just a simple man, and I feel most intimidated by the Folkersens and their songwriting abilities and their chops on guitar and piano.
Well,
and the fact that
correct me if I'm
from
wrong.
family.
You guys are the single mates in the band, and so you got to thin out the competition. If you instill in the minds of women that you're above them, they will know when they come to the shows.
Exactly.
I get what you're doing here. Neil, do you have anything else to say? I got lots of things to do tonight.
Well, I just want to, mention one more time the Tubbin with Cubbin stimulus package. And, you know, these things, it's been wildly successful the first run. It's now available. The second round should be coming out sometime next week. Thanks to everyone who bought.
Well, stop hassling my girlfriend to take those pictures. She's a good woman and she's faithful. So I'll come take those pictures for you, but you stop hassling her.
Well, luckily I got my roommate to do it for me, so.
Very nice.
I trust her eye. You got to understand, it comes from respect. She's the best photographer I know, Spence.
Oh, she's the best photographer. That's it, basically.
That's true.
So, anyways, stop hassling her. I'll come take those pictures with a nice camera if you need it.
All right.
So I love you, and man, just stay pruny, stay golden, you know. And I'm gonna continue on to the rest of the boys here, and I'm just going. I love you, man. Have a great night.
Stay around here. Keep the water warm.
Stay cool, my brother.
Take it easy, Spence.
Bye.
See you later.
Well, you know, we're about midway through the show here, a little bit further along, and there's just something that we need to get to. We need to get to our theme song. And you know, the hard thing about the show is balancing reading your guys' comments, playing this shit. It's a good time. Coming with Coven is always a good time. So we're just going to see who's next here. We've got Connor Newton. And, you know, he was ready. He was on the ball. And I respect that. And that's why he's coming on next here. And I can't wait. It's connecting now. There he is. There's the man. Hey! How you doing, man? How's your fourth place of the best looking feeling after watching that? How do you feel about that?
I'm feeling good, man. I got a lot of confidence going into this week now. It's good.
Well, I'd say before the show, you might be fourth, but after the show, you're always first in everyone's heart, including my own, Connor.
Aw, Spenny.
There is one thing about Connor that you might not know, and it's that Connor always brings out a couple ladies that scream at him the whole show. And props to Mackenzie for just putting up with it, because it is a battle of its own. If no one's screaming at me, it's because I'm standing beside Connor, and he's just stealing the show.
Sometimes it's entertaining. Sometimes it's really not entertaining at all.
You know, it's a nice balance.
Yeah.
You have a quarantini.
Yes, sir. I sure do.
What are you drinking?
I'm I've been really addicted to the refreshing taste of Fresca these days.
Ah, Fresca. Yes, that was the drink that I used to drink.
It's quite nice. So I've been just going with some Fresca and gin.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, you know, it's really hard to read these comments if you don't have your glasses on. And I go from a 7 to a 5 real quick with these things on, but I think I'm going to have to wear them for a little bit here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sam says shirts never last more than one show. Can't argue that.
True. So, Connor, you steal the show night after night. It's the best to be in the band with you, and it's the worst because every day you're like, Jesus, I should just quit. And yet, at the same time, you're like, he's in my band. It doesn't matter. I can use him for the fame. So I've got you. How did you get so good? Give us a little bit of your background. When did you start? Where did you go to school? How did it pan out? How did you become the guy that you became?
Man, well, like, big shout out to Crime Town. I'm from North Battleford, Saskatchewan.
Woo!
It's a hell of a place.
Hardens of play.
Yeah, my parents are band teachers, so I kind of like started playing saxophone pretty young.
A young
and
man.
Then didn't do like that great in high school besides music.
Nice.
So after that, it was kind of like that was just the thing to do. So I auditioned and went to music school, and I picked saxophone because the audition for saxophone was like just 12 major scales, and I didn't know all my scales on the guitar or piano.
Well,
So,
yeah.
but, well, saxophone it is.
I still don't know all the scales on guitar. One day at a time.
Dude. Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I was going to get sidetracked there real fast. And then, yeah, I lived in Edmonton and went to University of Grant MacEwan for a bit. I went for a year, and then I got kicked out, and then went back for a semester and decided to transfer to University of Toronto.
You got kicked out for partying just too hard, right?
Pretty much, yeah, and not going to my English class.
Well, if you're partying hard enough, you're not going to end up at your English class. That's what I know. And yeah, well, you never have to finish school. As I learned from John Mayer, you just have to attend. I call it a season. You do a season of your career there, and then you move on.
I don't want to like advocate dropping out of school by any means, but like I'm very grateful for everything else besides a degree that came out of school, because it was a lot of shit.
As an old man with my gray hair, had I known what I know now, I would have dropped out in grade 9, Connor. I swear to God, that would have been my year. That would have been my year. I've retained all the information. I don't remember how to do simple probability from grade 9 and 10. I don't remember, logarithms and the things that they were telling us about.
Those years were really a wash, man.
But you know what I could have done is practice guitar and had a good time. And those two things are important.
Yeah, man, I don't know. And then that was a recurring theme. I went to University of Toronto and got kicked out of there twice. And was kind of back and forth in Saskatchewan and Toronto, and then I finally moved back to Saskatoon.
I like how a person said stay in school. Yes, if you don't know exactly what you want to do and you have a clear-cut path to it, stay in school. But if you do, I'm going to argue that it might be time.
Man, and I've learned arguably just as much, if not more, since leaving school from doing all of this stuff with you guys and touring and making all these records and learning how to promote a band and sell a band, and the amount of stuff I've learned has been endless. So I'm grateful for that too.
Yeah, I like Sam's comment. My teachers passed me so they didn't have to see me again. Well, Sammy, we'll be seeing you in the newspapers and in the television when you're killing in your solo projects, and we'll talk a little bit about that in his section. We're not going to get too much of the limelight right now. Well, Connor, I have a question for you, trivia-wise, and this one is well known, but maybe you know it, maybe you don't. So, where did Nathan and Matt meet?
Oh, I do know this one. I've heard it once or twice, I think. If I'm not mistaken. It was I think it was on the roof of a camper or something at Ness Creek.
That's right, man. Well, Anthony's just rolling around right now because you didn't know your biological father's name if you weren't around for his question.
Yeah, that's bad news, man.
You know what? I thought about these questions hard, and I was like, who would not be able to answer these? And I thought that you might not get this question because you sleep a lot in the van. And we talk a lot about this stuff in the van.
You guys think I'm sleeping in the van, but I'm really just learning all about
absorbing information.
Yeah.
Well, Connor, is there any advice or music topics or anything you want to talk about on this set of yours? You got 40 more seconds to go.
I don't know, man. I've been really enjoying all this time to work on other stuff and keep busy learning new skills. I bought Ableton, and so I've been learning how to use some new software. I've been doing lots of video stuff, and even though it's easy to get bummed out and just do nothing and play video games, I've been trying to fight that as much as I possibly can. Yeah, man. I've been playing a lot of video games myself. I'm ranked 100 on COD. The battle pass just reset, so that's actually pretty good. Yeah, Sam keeps texting me, telling me to get it. So I might have to do it, but there's only so many skills you can practice before you need a nice break of video games. It's true. Before you just need to shoot some people, Well, it will definitely level you out, and it's legal and safe. So. Yeah. On a lighter note, good times. Good times, man. Good times all around.
Good times. Well, Connor, I love you, man. We're talking about maybe lifting our quarantines in Saskatchewan in 2 weeks' time because we have so little cases. In that sense, let's write some music together. I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see you again.
Same here, dude. Love you too, man.
Cheers, my brother. I'm going to play the theme song while I switch people here. I love you. Have a good night.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
You too, brother.
Peace, dude. And so, as we move along our show, well, I'm almost going to a completely different song here. What a disaster that would have been, hey? So, we got the came in the middle. So, here, I think it's about time that we had some interaction with our fan base here. And, the things that you guys write come in a lot slower than when you're actually watching and it goes live. It's about 20 seconds delay. So this is going to be a little weird, but I've got a question for you guys. And it's, where did the idea for the band begin? And this is for 100 points. It's like, whose line is it anyways? Where the points don't matter, but they're pretty fun. So it's for 100 points. Where did the band actually get started? So I'm going to bring in, well, Matt's just not here to talk to. So if any of our bandmates wants to actually request to join this chat, that'd be great. I'm going to bring in champion Nathan Thoen. And I like this loose style that we've been going at. And I can't wait until this connects here. It's connecting.
Spenny!
My man.
Cheers to you and your amazing hosting and all of the lovely people who are here hosting away.
Man, these are the best time of my weeks, man. It's like there's no weekend right now, but it feels like a weekend,
I have been crying. I have been sipping on my my turmeric tea, literally crying. And because of the time switch, and I'm always in the mornings over here, and you guys are drinking Ferraris, I figured I would also.
Well, you spoiled my drink, man. You spoiled it. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Sorry, it was spoiled in the comments. People knew you. They know you too well.
Ah, shit.
But you can explain the drink if you want. Why don't you explain the? Or
No.
no, you're doing that with Sammy.
I'm doing it for his birthday.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
I spoiled that part too. Oh man. No, I'm just kidding. People know that.
I thought you already said that. I've been crying. There's been so much hilarious stuff this episode. I've just got to say, shout out to all my bandmates and how funny you all are.
Oh man,
and
Neil's cash in the tub. Neil, he must work on this all week. Everyone else is winging it, and and Neil is methodical. He is diabolical. He is planned out. He is killing it.
And this one's for Slam though, because it is the morning. I figured I'd just chug some pure Balinese vodka here. So shout out to you, Sammy. I love you. Happy birthday.
That's nice. All right.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
delicious, right?
Strong.
I've been to Bali, and they have the strongest vodka. What was
They're
it
known for their vodka.
They have a
You think the
different
Russians are known for their vodka?
Do you remember when we traveled with those Russians in Bali to that place, and they had that vodka drink, but I can't remember.
They had that random bottle of something there, and it was certainly a strong beverage.
It was potato liqueur from Indonesia. So
yeah.
It was a vodka-based drink, essentially. So
yeah, it was definitely some potato vodka, which they might have snuck in, which I think they had in a water bottle. I feel like they were like so that they could chug it at the restaurant or something.
Yeah. And then
it was water, guys. I can't lie to you. It's the morning time here. I'm not actually chugging a bottle of vodka, but Sam, when I do see you next, we'll have a shot.
Yeah, we'll straight arm some beers, man.
We'll straight arm some beers. Yeah.
For those who don't know a straight arm, it's you straighten out your arm, tilt your head back, and you chug that beer, and it's there. That's what it is.
Has anyone seen the garage door beer challenge going on?
No.
Oh my gosh! If anyone wants to see, I think Quentin, shout out to Squint's Prince, sent me this video, and it's literally you tape a beer to your garage door, and then you open it up.
Oh yes.
And it pours all over everyone's face.
You don't have a chance, man.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's a waste of beer, in my opinion. As an
It is.
avid beer drinker, I respect a guy who shotguns a beer. I respect a guy who,
Yes.
face bashes it, gets the most of it. But when you're doing the garage challenge, you don't have a hope. You don't have a hope, man.
No, it's really throwing a big Hail Mary.
Well, let's
really
try.
throwing a big Hail Mary.
We'll do it on a live episode later. So
Yes.
Yeah.
I think a Bombargo garage door beer challenge is
when it gets
we gotta do
nicer, I think we're gonna take this show out and about. We're gonna do some stunts, like whatever it may be on a certain night.
It's all about the stunts, and it's all about chugging beers in unique ways, I think, as well.
Exactly.
I can crack
Nate,
open with my teeth. Spenny can crack beers with his teeth too.
That is my thing. Yeah.
And that's a dangerous game there, Valerie Rose. Careful. I'm always a little worried when Spenny's about to tee that off. Kurt, I'm noticing you're asking if I'm in Prince Albert. I'm actually not in Prince Albert, although Prince Albert is a luscious, glorious place. I'm currently in Bali, actually, and I'm kind of stuck here because our flights home got canceled and our whole tours got canceled. So we're just sort of making do. But I've got a Nebula update for those that have been wondering. So
Nebula is what first?
So Nebula is our new record. We went up to our cabin up at Emma Lake and we recorded for about 2.5 weeks with Rich, who is an absolute legend. He's got a #1 in China. He worked with Liam Gallagher from Oasis. Basically just the man.
Jonas Brothers? Always cool. Those guys killed it this year.
Yeah. The guy's insane. And Sister Cities, PA and Bali for sure. And so we've been working on this record now for a couple of months, and it is getting very, very close. I'd say it's the most excited I've ever been for anything I've ever made in my entire life. We're really proud of the songs, and just an update. We are getting things sorted as to how we're going to release how we're going to kind of get things going. And just want to let you guys know we've got a lot of new music. Spenny, what do you think of the new music? Tony, sorry, man. I thought that it's been said before. I may have just leaked the name of the record. Is this true?
Yeah, it's true, but it's fine. I thought that was a nice way to do it. For people that are on here, I think it's fine.
We should have maybe had a drum roll for that. So if
something
you're watching live.
Well, it's called Nebula, and
Nebula.
Yeah. So it's pretty dope.
Spoilers.
Yeah. But pretty cool. We're really excited. What do I think about it? I'm a very hard man to please. You can ask almost anyone that. I know it's one of those things that is very hard to please me. And I've always been disappointed in myself and in my friends and all the people around me. And this album was the first time in my 28 years of my life where I felt happiness.
Satisfaction was finally achieved.
Achieved, man. And it was a plethora of satisfaction. I didn't know what to do with it all. I wish I could space it out over the rest of my life, but here I am, stuck here absorbing this album for the first time, mastered the other night, and I'm just sitting in my living room and I'm like, I don't know what to do with all this happiness.
Yeah, literally. It's okay. Lawyer Trump. Thanks, Kurt. He's sending out NDAs to everyone that's watching, Anthony. So you don't have to worry about it. Everyone in the live stream, you'll get an NDA, just a non-disclosure agreement to not share the name of the record. So we're all set.
Yeah, sign it. So don't read it.
Lawyer in our stream, just to really keep us.
Well, man, we almost always need this, and if we could afford it, we would have it. I tell you.
Well, yeah, I think Kurt should just come on tour with us,
Yeah, just to be like almost as like the publicist guy and a drummer. Fuck, Neil's gone. Sorry for the
Neil, I'm sorry, buddy. You didn't put me #1, man.
Well, he put me #1, so he's back in.
I loved how Kurt was like, this is a band breakup question here. He's like, you do it like the Olympics. You just say the top 3. You don't go all the way.
No, you don't go to last. No, yeah. I like, who said that?
That was Kurt again, our
Oh,
lawyer.
Exactly. Well, I said just do a 6-way tie. Like, you know, like you're creating
Neil,
a
you know what? Neil is a hardworking farmer's boy, and he needs to say, you know, he's a truthful man. He has to get out.
We said that Kurt had balls by doing all these things and juggling. Neil has balls by just diving into that question head first. You're like, oh, I'll answer this.
It's true. It's true. Oh gosh.
Well,
Well,
Nate,
I know you got
I'm
lots
burning,
of people to see.
I'm burning through time here. I'm gonna skip
Yeah.
over Sammy's birthday here, and I
Okay.
love you, man. And
Love
I
you
can't
guys
wait to have
too.
you back here. I have
Cannot wait
a
for you
quick
guys to
question
hear
for you,
this stuff.
really quick.
Oh yeah.
What is Tony Thoen's dream job?
Sorry?
Anthony Thoen's dream job.
Oh, Anthony Thoen's dream job is to be the bartender lifeguard at the Sheraton pool. He wants to both bartend and lifeguard at the Sheraton water slide. If you haven't been, you're missing out. It's the best bar in town. If not, like, I mean, the only pool bar in town for sure.
I'm really happy you got that. And anyways, Tony was prompt on his time. I got to burn through some people here so I can tell him that I'm prompt as well.
I'll roll. Love you all. Thank you
Okay.
for tuning in, and love you guys so much.
Peace, brother. I need Matt or Sam to go live now. So I'm just basically waiting on one of those fools to join me here. I'm going to request Sammy, see if he joins me. Here we go. Hey, my beloved. Hey, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sammy. Happy birthday to you. Hey, just so you know, if you start happy birthday on the wrong note, you are screwed. I went way too high at the start. It's like a national anthem. You do not start that stuff high.
I've said that so many times, and I have also started happy birthday in ridiculous keys sometimes. Like,
oh yeah, I was just like, oh no. And halfway through, you can't just drop it down. You can't have a key change in a 4-bar song.
I don't know, man. Like, who's like, why are we so set on happy birthday? You know, like why can't we like mix it up a little bit? It's been like the same for so long. I feel like we could always just use a fresh new birthday jingle that's a little more catchy and just more inclusive and fun.
Oh no. This is a disaster. Sammy has been booted from the live stream. Have I been booted? What is happening right now? Is it still going? Oh, wow. I don't know if Sammy's here or what's going on here, but I can't seem to add any people. Is Sammy still there? Oh, that was hard, guys. It was just an awkward moment in my life. And these are the type of situations as a guitar player, you just kind of learn to handle, because there's just these situations where your pedal board goes to crap. Sammy, how was your hoot there?
What's up?
How was your hoot there?
No, it was not. It was a Jewel.
Oh, okay. Cheers to that, Jewel.
Cheers.
Happy birthday, my little son.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, and it's been a long life with you, and not for a second would I take it back having that early child at 8 years old, because I love you, man, and I'm happy you're here.
Dude, I'm happy to be here. Who's getting in here? Hey, guys. How y'all doing? Oh,
Yeah.
Dev, Jake, how you doing, brother?
So, Sammy, yeah, it's your birthday. What are you having for a quarantine? We'll talk about drinks
I'm
now.
having a couple of things. I polished this off already. I'll show you the remnants, but started with a pretty big one. This is a big old Heineken.
Oh, very nice. Is that a
1.5
1.5 liter?
1.5 liters, buddy.
Very nice, very nice.
And then I'm also enjoying a nice cold steam whistle.
Oh, I like a steam whistle.
And I wanted to kind of pick up where Nate left off a little bit. I'm kind of disappointed in that little prank he pulled earlier. I didn't think it was funny. And,
Which one?
His water drinking stunt. You know, if you're gonna go big, Nate, you gotta go big or go home.
You go big or you go home. And
so I wanted to take out my normal Tuesday bottle of Havana from Cuba.
Very nice.
And I wanted to take a little shot for y'all here, if that's all right.
It is Sammy's birthday, and we do promote drinking safely and being responsible adults. But when it's your birthday, you throw all that out the door, and you have a gosh darn good time.
Nate can't go. We're gonna keep it kind of safe here. That's pretty good. That's good. That's a good view.
I'll cheers you, brother. Ding. So, Sammy, I have a question for you, and this is an interesting one. So Neil has professionally modeled what appendage of his body? It's almost a trick question.
What's the definition of appendage?
Anything that hangs off the main torso.
I want to say pec.
A pec doesn't hang. A pec is part of the torso.
Have you seen Neil's pecs?
Well, they're a little droopy. I agree. You could tighten those up. But if you were going to say something else other than a pec, what would it be?
Like the nipple, like the.
No. Just get away from that location and.
I'm just, when you say torso and you say hang, the first thing I think about is Neil's nice big pecs.
Well, you're wrong. So one sec, I got this timed right out here. So, yeah, it was his hands. Neil was a hand model. I knew this.
Okay, well, those come off your arms, come off your torso. Your hands come off your arms.
It's an appendage, man. Look it up. Regardless, Sammy, do you want to play COD later?
I do, yeah. Spencer and I have been playing a lot of COD.
Oh, they don't need to hear about it. We'll link up in like 20 minutes.
Pretty crazy, dude. Pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy out there.
All right, sounds good. Is Matt by you?
He's not. No, he's not by me. No.
Oh, that throws a rut.
Well, how are you doing? How are you doing, Spencer? Yeah, good job on the hosting, dude.
Yeah, it's not an easy task, my man. And,
no, it's not.
I'm a nervous wreck my entire life. I just ride by the coattails. I feel terrified of simply just talking to people on the phone, and often I'll ignore stuff. And to do this is it's a tough task. So, props to me. I've pretty much killed it. And we'll see how I don't have to do it for 7 more weeks. I know that.
Nice. Well, nice. Good to see everybody. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah, so I'm going to play a quick song dedicated to all my people. And before I do that, because I haven't told you guys all what I'm drinking, it is a Ferrari. You guys have got it in the section. So you combine, this is Campari there, a nice little glass. And you can get bourbon and still Campari that's a higher percentage, which makes the drink a little bit better, a little less sweet. And the second one is a Fernet. And so you combine Fernet and Ferrari equals a Ferrari. You combine the two words. It's a wonderful drink. And I tell you, it's like an old fashioned. Tastes delicious, and you only need 1 or 2, and you are having a good time.
You got it, buddy. You got it.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to play a song. First person who gets it gets 1,000 points. The points...
They get a Goodtime Quarantine coin.
Oh, yeah. Same. Points, coins, they all do the same thing. So I'm going to try this out here. And I'm not a big singer, so, this comes from the heart here. And I just want to say that I love everyone. And I think you guys will appreciate this. And That is, Sammy, is there anything you want to say on your birthday before you peace out of here?
I'm happy to be here, and I love all y'all. Thanks everybody for wishing me happy birthday in the comments there. Thanks to all the guys in the band. Thank you, Spenny, and stay safe. And looking forward to all this shit to get in the rear view mirror.
I love you.
Right arm.
Right
arm.
It's kind of tough. You know what? I'm gonna exit you off so people can see that I'm playing
See
the
you, buddy.
guitar.
Okay,
Not
we'll go
playing
on,
the back.
hop on COD after.
Oh, I'll hop right on, man. I'll call you right after. Love you, brother.
Sounds good, buddy. See you later.
Guys, it's been a really fun night for me. I'm gonna play you guys a song. It's one of my favorites. It reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me of a good time. It reminds me of my best friends. It reminds me of everything that's good in this world. So I'm gonna play it for you now. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks tough ahead in miles around your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Well, you got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You got problems, I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do. We stick together and we'll see it through. Well, you got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. That is You Got a Friend of Me from Toy Story. Randy Newman wrote that, and I played it poorly. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you had a good night. We're going to end the thing with the theme song. I love you guys, and here we go.
What we got is what you need. It's a good time quarantine. A good time quarantine.
Love you guys.